Wonderful. We are going to be doing a live demo of how to build an Avalanche debt-free calculator so you can see the timeline of when you're going to get out of debt using the Avalanche strategy. And as a quick note, this calculator is also going to double as a snowball calculator, and I will show you exactly how that works. So from here, go ahead, go over to Google Sheets, and I'll pop mine open and we'll get started. All right, welcome to your Google Sheets. You can go to the bottom and hit the plus sign, create a new tab. You can name it Avalanche Calculator or whatever you'd like to name it. But the first thing that we're going to do, and it's always step number one, is to list out all of our debts. So that's always step one. So let's do debt type, let's do balance, and let's do interest, the interest rate. So our debt type is going to be, let's do a credit card with a balance of $6,000 and an interest rate of 18%. I had already hit the percent sign. That's why it looks like that. But you could just go boom, boom, percent. And then this is boom, accounting. You already got it. You already know the deal. I'm going to highlight these, copy, paste, paste, boom. The next debt type we're going to do is, how about an auto loan with a balance of $10,000 and an interest rate of 10%. Let's make this a percent. Boom. Whoa. Whoa there, cowboy. 10%. Our debt type is, let's do a student loan. Let's do a balance of 20K. And the interest can be 4.5. I think I probably have to do 0.045 and then turn this into a percent. Wonderful. Looks lovely. From here, we're going to start listing out all of our minimum dues, our minimum payments on these bad boys. Let's give it some space. Let's do payment, let's do interest, and let's do balance. That's going to be our next set of labels here. And I'm actually just gonna drag that over. Boom. Wonderful. So our first payment, let's have this be $250. And then let's have our balance be equal to this bad boy right there. And then our interest is going to equal 18% divided by 12. So we can get our monthly interest rate multiplied by this balance. Nice. $90. It's like 1.5%, right? Sweet. Our next balance down here is going to equal this balance plus our interest minus our payment. Sweet. And then for this interest, what we actually have to do is we got to go in here and we got to put a dollar sign in. And that's just going to say, hey, keep this as the interest rate. You know what I'm saying? That's what we want to use. Boom. And then we can also do $250 for this as well. So from here, we could just drag this sucker down until we hit a negative number. Keep it going. Keep it going. Look at that. So it's all paid off. Oh, let me back it up. Paid it off a little too soon. Back it up. Let's have it. What's today? What's this month? May 2021? June 2021? And we could take this, highlight these two, drag these down, and you will be able to see when you'll pay it off. So we would pay this off in November 2023. How many months is that? A handful. 30 months. All right. No biggie. So this is the final payment. So this payment would actually equal our interest plus our remaining balance here. And that would make it zero the whole way through for these 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. And then for these bad boys, we're going to take these two right here. We're going to drag them over. Nice. And let's drag them over again. $251. I'm not sure why that's the way it is, but we'll look at that in a second. Cool. So it's adding $1 to our payment, so that's fine. So this, we got to check if this is the correct interest, and it is. And the reason it is because we added the dollar sign to this. So now it's pulling from the correct interest, and it's pulling from the correct balance here as well. Cool. And then our payment is our payment, and then our interest rate is still coming down. Once again, maybe we don't want $250 to go on our auto loan. What if we just did like, we don't want this to be the same. What if we did like $300? So we update the minimum payment to 300 bones, and we'll just take this second row and drag it down until we're debt free. And we are debt free right around here. And so this last payment is going to be equal to the balance plus the interest. Our final payment to give us $300, or to give us zero. Not paying nothing. I'm not paying anything there either. Zero. Nice. And then our final row here. We're almost done paying off all of our debt. Look at that. We can also just drag and pull this down until we hit a negative number. Ooh, this might take a minute. Let's actually update this. Let's say we're putting like $525. $525 to this. We'll take this second row. We'll drag this down. We got a little bit more to go. Little bit more. Cool. So we paid off right here. And this last payment is going to equal our final balance plus final interest. And we could just drag this down to see that it's zeros all around. Sick. So this is how you make an Avalanche calculator. And the reason this is an Avalanche calculator is because we have this highlighted from highest to lowest in regards to our interest rates. And what we would be trying to do is attack this one hard and fast as much as we can. So really the question we got to ask ourselves is there any more cheddar that we can throw onto this one with the highest interest rate, right? And let's say, you got your minimum payments on all of these, and then you get a promotion. So then you could put $350 down here, and you could just go across. Whoa, my bad. You could just highlight across and drag down because you're going to $350 each month, and you pay it off way sooner. So we change this one. Wow, look how much faster we just paid that off. Isn't that wild? That's our final payment. I'll drag down to show the zeros. Sweet. So once you've paid it off, this becomes a snowball debt calculator, because then we can take the payment that we have, now we have more money to throw down into our next loan, with the highest interest rate. So this right here would be your $300 plus 350 minus that for this month, because you only have like $24 left. So 24, and then this month would equal your 300 that you're already putting down plus your full 350. And that changes things dramatically. Now you're putting $650 down. You could drag it down to see how much it would change. You'd pay it off like 6 months sooner, which is wonderful. Drag that down, get rid of that. And then this would just be, this last payment would be equals this plus this. And you'd see that you got zeros all around. Wonderful. So now you have 650 more bucks, right, to throw into your last loan. So then this would become, for this month, it would be 525 plus, you already paid this, but you'd want to do 650 minus this, because this is the amount that you'd have remaining, which is like what, almost 160 something bucks, 120 something bucks, $26. And then the next one down, you could put the full 650 on it. Ooh wee. Wow. Amazing. And you highlight that and you bring it on down. Probably done right there. Yeah. So this goes away. Wow. Look how much faster we paid it off. This is just going to equal the balance plus. Oh, I'm in the negatives again. Don't mind me. One up. This is just going to equal your balance plus your interest. Isn't that sweet? So you got the best of both worlds. You got the Avalanche and you got the snowball. And you can see the power of the snowball, as each time we put more money on, we end up paying our debts off a lot quicker. And so the real advantage to doing it this way is that this is, as the kids say, a living document. You would every month come in here and update the payment you actually made, update the interest you actually paid. So if you paid like $90 for your interest this month, it would reflect that. And then if you paid $340 this month, it would reflect that. Like it would update itself, and you could go in there. And something to do is every time you make a payment, you'd be like, all right, I made my payment for May. Let me come in here and highlight this in yellow. And then I made this payment. Every time I made that one, highlight it. And let's just finish off this row here. Boom. And as you keep going down, you'll see like, wow, I'm getting closer and closer, and your colors are going to reflect that. So boom, I did this month too, done. And the other thing that we can do here is we can calculate how much we've actually paid. So like our total balance. So actually let's label this first. Whoa. Let's label this with like total balance, how much we paid, or balance remaining. And then this will be the difference in how much you've paid each month. So your total balance is going to equal this balance, and this balance. That's all of your balances. And you should be able to drag this down. That looks correct to me. Can I do one more? 0. Well, nice. Love to see it. And then your difference is just going to be your previous balance minus the new balance you just paid. So you're paying $826 down on your loans here. And that is also correct. So this is like showing you actually how much principal you're knocking off each time you go through. This was a tough month for you. Things got tight all of a sudden. And I should mention, when you do this highlighting, you don't have to do a highlight. You can make it bold, which is most of the time what I like to do. Or you can make it, can you even italicize numbers? You can italicize those numbers that you already paid it. There's a lot of different ways to distinguish, hey, I've paid for this. And another way you can make it pretty is that you can add a border. So you can add a super thick border on each side to just say, these are all their own thing. Maybe a better separation of mind. And it's pretty sweet. Just like that. Border it up. And the reason that I like doing it like this is because it helps keep you on track. Same way you're doing your transactions and you're coming in here and writing it. Every time you make a payment, you come in here and you throw it in there, and you're like, oh man, I can see these numbers reflecting my payments, and I can be more in tune to be like, I'm going to throw more on next month because I can see this number dropping. And it really holds you accountable. And if you're using Mint, you'll be able to see your balances in Mint and see them being chipped away at, which is always kind of nice. But I like this way because it's more in my control. When I was paying off my debt, I had the amortization table, and then I also had one of these where I could just pop in and change the numbers around to be like, all right, this month I can put more down. I want to put more down. I'll be able to see when I'm completely debt free. So in sum, this is how you build a Avalanche and or Snowball debt calculator. You can use them both. You can use this for both, if you list out, your highest to lowest interest rates, and then you continue to add that extra payment onto the next one. That's how you would do it. And if you wanted to do Snowball, you would just list these from the lowest balance to the highest balance and chip away reverse style. Luckily for us, this actually is almost how you would go for your Snowball as well. All in all, plug your own numbers in here, play with it, make your own Snowball debt avalanche calculator, and you'll be good to go. I'll see you in the next video.